And we have someone returning to Atlanta. You know him very well, Austin Hooper with the Atlanta Falcons, joining us in studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we are excited to have you. First of all, before we get into the foundation, which we absolutely love and want to talk about, we want to talk about your return here to Atlanta. How does it feel being back in the A?
Feels awesome. I mean, this is like the city that raised me. I mean, being from Northern California, I mean, I remember the day I got drafted, my phone rang. I'm like, what the heck is Flowery Branch, Georgia? And little did I know, like, from the time me, being a 21-year-old kid, never really having to leave the Bay Area to come in here and, like, having this place, like, truly become my home and my community, and a ton of friends I've either played with, and also a ton of friends that have nothing to do with football. Like, this place has, like, really become my home. So incredibly humbled and grateful to be back here.
I mean, you were on an incredible team when you were here. You left for a little bit. Now you're back. What was it feel getting that call that Atlanta wanted you to come back home?
Yeah, it was like a dream come true. I mean, I've been one-year deal man for a few years now. So like every free agency period phase, you kind of have like, all right, let's see. And then this time when it actually rang and it was real. And then the follow-up call was Matt Ryan, my former quarterback, congratulating me. Who's
now the president, right?
Yeah, I was like, this is a trip. This is awesome. It worked out. So super excited and grateful to be back.
And I want to ask you, because you're fresh from practice, y'all, that's why he got that little glow going on, because they were out in the sun.
Crispy face right now.
How does it feel right now? Just how are the guys? Obviously, you come with more experience. They're looking at you as a leader, as a mentor, somebody who has had experience on the team already, right? Mm-hmm. How is that feeling? How's that camaraderie? How is that going right now?
It's awesome. It's also kind of weird, if I'm being honest, like, because I was a young boy when I was here, right? Yeah. Now I'm coming back as a year 11 guy, like young guys looking at me. It's like, oh, wow, cool. It's like kind of been a cool full circle moment, like being the young guy in Atlanta, looking up to the awesome mentors, whether it be Matt or whether it be Julio, or whether it be Sean Weatherspoon, Jonathan Babno, the list goes on, Mohamed Sanu, and now like getting to be on the other side of it where young guys coming up to me, asking me questions, just trying to be a positive force on their young lives and their careers. It's pretty cool.
And look, you only, 31?
31.
You still young. You still real young. You still got some youth in you. And I was going to ask you that, and you kind of preface this. Do you see this as a full circle moment, or do you see this as unfinished business?
I see it as a full circle moment, honestly. Like, I don't see it as like necessarily unfinished business, because like the connotation of unfinished business leaves like, I don't know, I guess could be perceived as sour in a way. Whereas like it's full circle in the sense like this is a place that obviously means a lot to me. I've been here in the off season this whole time. So like throughout whatever teams I've been on. So it's awesome. Have a community here, a bunch of people that I know really well within the building, and then the opportunity to put the Dirty Bird on your helmet, like unbelievable.
With the brand new team, brand new front office, we are really rooting for you all. We're also rooting for all the service that you are doing in the community, and we know that that is a big part of why you are here in the studio talking about your foundation. I mean, you're a guy who kids look up to, the world looks up to. You are living the dream, right? But you have decided to take a step back and really, instead of just putting money to a situation, you were in it. You were on the ground. Tell me a little bit about the foundation.
So yeah, my foundation, Austin Hooper Foundation, it works with foster care youth, but specifically those aging out of the foster care system. Those tend to be, the most overlooked demographic among the foster care youth age-wise, because when you think of foster care kid, you think of the baby, the toddler, the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old. You don't think about the 17, 18, 19-year-old young man or young woman who's been dealt a rough hand of cards to play life with. So I mean, I just try to step in and fill that void, whether it be mental health awareness, because that's the thing. This has also really evolved for me too, Faith, the more I've learned about it. Because at first, immediately, I was like, oh, like, let's do electronics, clothes, and shoes. And then once I partnered with the Art and Vale Foundation, they like made me aware, like, these young men and women are twice as likely to experience PTSD compared to combat veterans. So I was like, okay, this material stuff is great, but if we don't address like the stuff between the ears, like all this is for naught. So it's really candidly shaped my entire like holistic view about this whole problem, more than just like basic necessities. Like we got to address real trauma and like get back to a baseline where you have legitimate life skills. So when you can take opportunities, you can actually run with it.
And that's so real, because you're talking about people who at 17, at 18, when they turn 18, it's basically like, good luck, unless you have a supportive foster family.
GED, a couple $100, go play life. That's a rough proposition. I mean, unfortunately, just under half within 18 months experience incarceration and half experience homelessness. So it's an underserved system, to put it politely. So in my own small way, I try to fill that void.
Where did this, because we were talking about this before the interview, you did not grow up in the foster care system. Where did it click for you? Where was that moment where you were like, you know what, this is something that I want to get behind, and once again, not just write a check, I want to be there on the front lines? Yeah,
so I mean, I grew up, my parents like taking us to like shelters, food drives, just different ways to serve, so I feel like that was kind of instilled within me. And to be honest, I really haven't said this a whole lot. When I was 12 years old, my parents were thinking about adopting and asked the three of us. And we're like, we don't have a problem with it. We'd just be concerned that how other people in the community would treat our potential brother or sister. I really don't remember saying that when I was 12 years old. I vividly remember a little bit, but when I was reminded about it, so whether it's, me trying to live right by the way I was raised, or me, feeling like I messed up and got to make right, however I came to this point, I'm happy to be here.
I absolutely love that. And I think it's just very notable that within the foundation, you're out there, you're doing the work. When you are speaking to some of these young people, do you see part of yourself in them?
Sure, absolutely. You see the light in their eyes. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you or your viewers. There's some young men and women, like life got to them very early. But at the same time, there are a lot of young men and women where you see them with the right, being in the right headspace, working hard, have all the attributes you would look for in just a highly successful, awesome person. And being able to have the opportunity to listen to some of these stories like Faith, a lot of these young men and women are stronger than I am. Like, hearing those real uncut stories, it's almost brought me to tears a few different times, but like, it just allowed me to gain that much more respect and deepen like my why for this.
Your why and perspective, because oftentimes we'll live in our little bubbles.
Sure.
Going into the NFL, it's real easy to
stay insulated in
right?
that, 100%.
Really anywhere, in any community that you are, but really taking a step back. What keeps you grounded?
Great question. Well, my wife. Yeah,
yes, her wife. Come on, say it again.
Absolutely. I would also say, I mean, honestly, being able to be around these young men and women, it really puts all of, all the BS, all the garbage of day to day, like, practice good, practice bad, whatever stuff, whatever remedial things I'm dealing with get put into perspective real quick when I have conversations with these young men and women. And for those that have like been so grateful, like, just like cried right on my chest, like it's getting me a little bit right now. Yeah, that's definitely a why. Just seeing that like level of gratitude and service and just appreciation from people who've been overlooked, to put it lightly, it's more powerful than scoring a touchdown.
That's a powerful line right there. It really is. And you can hear the passion in your voice. I know you're working with Stand Together on this. Can you talk to us a little bit about that collab?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have similar like-minded goals in terms of helping out the youth and specifically this age demographic. So looking forward to our continued partnership, looking forward to continue to learn more, because every market's different. I've been bouncing around a few different areas for the past few years. So me being able to be back home, but back home in the sense of understanding the charitable aspects and the right partners in the area to help bring me up to speed about this specific metropolitan area and its specific needs. So looking forward to deepening that connection.
Absolutely love it. Last question for you, for people who are watching this interview, they hear your story, they feel it emotionally, they want to get involved. What's the best way for them to get involved?
I mean, there are multiple ways. I mean, all the local partners are awesome. You can find more information on AustinHooperFoundation.com. And I mean, the biggest thing, man, is just like having conversations with these young people. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, you don't need to go to my foundation, anyone's foundation, whatever. Just like take a little time out of your day and go talk to these young people. Like, you have no idea like how just a little bit of kindness is received by them.
Amen, amen. They can be right in your community, right next door.
Right here.
You could be watching them, they could be sitting right there. You haven't said nothing because y'all both on your phone. But they say because you're playing on your phone. No. Okay. Austin, thank you so much for coming in. Welcome back to Atlanta. We are so excited for you. We're excited for the foundation.